Well, the chemtrails returned. They sprayed it out good yesterday and today, which would be like the 17th today, I think is. See, you can't see Mount Hood. I guess you can, just barely. Probably won't be able to. Yeah, it's right there. You can barely see it. And there's the Zimon. Yeah, they sprayed it out good. But it's fading out now. I mean, that's why we got the haze at the ground. There's nothing to see up above right now. That was earlier. But, yeah. You know, a lot of people talk about how the Columbia River is so terribly polluted. But I've noticed, coming here quite often, that usually you can... I mean, I realize some pollution isn't visible, but sometimes it's murky. Sometimes mucky looking, and other times it's clear as can be. I'll tell you, just from my personal feeling, because it's just feeling, the water feels awesome. The Columbia River the water feels soft and like comforting when it touches you. Or at least it does today. It's very, very smooth and soft. It feels soothing. Even though they sprayed it out today. Look. Alaska. That must have been one of what are all those pylons? Probably from when they built ships here. This must have been where the shipyard was. Right up there. Guessing. Look how clear that water is. It's very clear. Very clear. I'm not saying I'm going to drink it, but it's perfectly fine to swim in. Yeah. I've almost drowned in this river 3 times. 3 different times. Almost, but not quite. I'd like to bring my boat here, and I don't know. I'd also like to sell it. I'd like to sail it, but I'd also like to sell it. I'm up in the air. I don't know which to do. It's kind of hard to decide. I don't know what to do. It's been a weird year. I suppose the last few years have been weird, but this year's really weird. Yeah. Alright, I guess I ain't got nothing to say. Other than the Columbia River, you know, for all the pollution that supposedly is in it, the water's not bad and it's quite clear. It's a big river too. I mean, damn, I was following it on Google Earth the other day up into Canada, and it just goes up and up and up, and it's still the Columbia, like way up in Canada. There's docks and waterfronts and little towns with waterfronts. It's like that look similar to they do here on the Google Earth. Columbia just goes and goes. It's one hell of a big river. Anyway. I don't know. I was in a mood this morning though. Yeah, just so sick of this crap-tastic shit fest of a world. It's bugging me. You know, hey, let's poison everybody, and then we'll tell them to get out there and work hard while we poison you. Oh, yeah, isn't that a fun game? Go work hard and pay your bills and take care of your family while we're poisoning all of you. Not just you trying to do the work, but your whole family that you're trying to work for. We're going to poison them too while you're trying to help them. Yay! We're the Masons. We're smart. We are on the winning team. You know, if we can't be better than you, we'll just lower you and sicken you and poison you with all of our influence and power so that you're weaker and weaker by comparison. And yay, we're powerful. Look how powerful we are by poisoning you. Boy, you guys are cool. You guys are super cool. It takes a real genius to poison everybody until they're so sick they can't function, and then, you know, step up and say, look, I'm here to offer you the solution. I'm here to help you get out of this chaos. Look at me, I'm a hero. In my airplane. Right? No, not your airplane, just in general. You know, I mean, I have friends and family members that are in that organization, the Mansons. The Mansons. And, you know, I mean, they're good people. I don't think they're exactly in the department that plans out the wars and how they're going to make the laws so that they can get as many people in prison as possible and ruin as many families as possible. But that is their goal. That's really what they're going for. They run the medical system, so that's why it's a fraud. And they run NASA, it's a fraud. And, you know, if people come to the conclusion of the flat level earth, you know, and that we're not spinning and moving, and they can know that. You can know this on your own if you have the confidence of your conclusions and, you know, average intelligence, and just you can trust your own conclusions is really what it comes down to. If you need an authority figure to verify whatever you believe to be true, you'll never know. But when you come to that conclusion, but then you think that the medical or the rest of it, you know, the police, the military, and the medical systems and the banking systems, you don't realize that they're all ran by the same group that runs NASA. I mean, it's obviously a coordinated effort to deceive everyone in the world, and they've done a hell of a job at it. It's amazing. It defies imagination, really. It boggles the mind how they're able to pull that much off. But then again, people tend to be like a herd. They're like, you know, sheeple. They really are. They're like, oh, I'm scared, and they'll run to their shepherd. You know, your two-party shepherds. Shit. The Republic. What are they? The Reptilicans and the Demoncrats. Which do you prefer? I think I'm gonna vote Demoncrat this year, but I don't know. Them Reptilicans have got quite a good lockdown on the blah 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 and the da 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 and the That's all I have to say. It's all bullshit. Like if you believe that Trump shooter guy, if you believe that the Secret Service isn't capable of watching the 1/2 acre sized roof that's white right in front of the damn stage, you know, 150 yards away, but that's a direct center, and somehow they missed that roof. They got all the other ones, and they missed the redheaded guy on BBC who was, pointing at him saying, hey, there's a guy with a gun. We saw him climb up the roof. Somehow they took them several minutes to get that information, even with all of their high-tech surveillance equipment, right? If you ever saw the movie Enemy of the State, and that was 26 years ago, they maybe that was all fake then. Maybe they don't even have that type of tech, but I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they had it then. But somehow they did. The former president doesn't warrant that type of tech to be used on his behalf, apparently, while he's on the stump. I mean, even if he wasn't a former president, he's Trump. He's not going to go anywhere without security, making sure he's secure. I mean, he's got his own security detail. He doesn't need the Secret Service. He's got both of them. And I'm sure some people are going to think, well, the Secret Service has been corrupted by the Biden administration, and they gave stand-down orders to their guys so that this year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, that's what's going on, yeah. And if you buy that, refer to rule number 1. They're two sides of the same coin. They're one hand. One's in front of us giving you a handshake, and the other one's behind you, poking you in the bum. you know. And when the one behind you, you know, if the one behind you ever comes out of your bum, it'll be the one shaking your hand, and the other one goes right there around there. Either way, you're getting a reach around, is what I'm saying, you know. Reach around. This is the land of the reach around. And people are just dipshits. It boggles my mind. That's what they say the InTp's greatest fear is. InTp's greatest fear is that, you know, they're surrounded by morons. They're going to be, you know, swept into the abyss, over the edge, by the herd of lemmings that are all stampeding the direction they were stampeded into. Like, hey, you guys, this is bullshit, and they just mow you down. Look at this idiot. He thinks that there's a conspiracy going on. Ho ho, we know better. Let's all run over and jump off this cliff, because that's what's going to save us, everybody. Come on. Come on, we're smart. It was on TV, so you know it's true. They got highly paid people that fact check their information to make sure they're not giving out, you know, bad information, so they can't lie on television, and they'd lose their government license, because the government makes sure that they tell the truth. The government makes sure they tell the truth. It wasn't that long ago people seemed to know that you can't trust the government in any capacity. Was it Ronald Reagan who said, I mean, what is it, the 8 or 7 or 8? I'm going to have to count the words. The most feared words in the English language. I'm with the government. I'm here to help. It was Reagan who said that, and everybody applauded because they knew the sarcasm in that. I'm with the government. I'm here to help. They recognized the sarcasm. And you know, but that was the 80s. It was a different world then. You see, now we realize that we can trust the government because Google said so, and Elon Musk and all that stuff. So all this tech is protecting us, you see. Now we know better. Now there's transparency thanks to the internet. You know, they're not going to get away with that stuff. Give me a break. Give me a break. Man. I was just looking at some Harleys. The guy didn't show up that owned it, so I didn't mess with it. To work on, I mean. I was looking at some Harleys to work on. But, well, next time. I just had to go walk in the water for a little while. Let some charge draw off. I don't know what this video is about. Hopefully it entertained somebody. Take care.